Yes.
Now we'll go forward for our next session, session 8, on 5G and beyond communication, sorry, 5G and beyond in transforming industry, where our speaker is Mr. Saurabh Kumar, who is already added here, who is a founder and CEO of Livy Design, and his main focus in the robotics and AI application based company EDTech and consumer products. His company is Kolkata based. His total year of experience is 11 years. We are privileged to introduce Mr. Saurabh Kumar. Uh, are you there, sir? Mr. Saurabh Kumar, sir?
Sir. Yes, sir. Very good evening, sir. And very good evening, everyone.
Very good evening, sir. Let me introduce you at first. Mr. Saurabh Kumar is an innovative technologist, educator, and entrepreneur in the field of robotics, artificial intelligence, embedded system, and mechanical engineering. With over 6 years of diverse experience in design, R&D, and product, he made remarkable contributions to both industry and education. Mr. Saurabh Kumar holds a diploma in tools and die making for the Government Tool Room and Training Center, Dumka, and BTech in Mechanical Engineering from Asansol Engineering College. His expertise spans robotics design, embedded programming, AI and machine learning application, IoT devices, and 3D printing, along with hands-on skill in advanced CAD/CAM software and prototyping. He is the co-founder and CTO of X Robotics Works Private Limited, where he leads innovation in building prototype and commercial robots, IoT devices, and smart automation systems. He also founded Yantra Neer Robotics LLP, driving projects in renewable energy powered devices, humanoid robots, and AI-based solutions. His international collaboration includes works with GrabCAD Inc. Boston and Turito Inc. Australia, where he contributed to design AI and STEM education projects. Beyond his entrepreneurial venture, Mr. Kumar has deeply committed to education. He has conducted over 1200 workshops and sessions on robotics and AI across schools and colleges in all over India, inspiring the next generation of engineers and innovators. He has also served as an evaluator, mentor, judge at very prestigious events like Smart India Hackathon, JS Idea Jam, Hackatropic Hackathon. His achievements include winning Yukti 2023 competition organized by Ministry of Education and AICTE. Today, we are fortunate to have him share his insights on 5G and beyond transforming industry. Please join me in warmly welcome Mr. Saurabh Kumar. Please go on, sir. This is all after you.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much. First of all, I would like to say thank you so much for the opportunity, sir, and a warm welcome into this conversation today. We are all gathered in here to learn something from each other, right? And today I got this opportunity from this institute to present the idea like 5G and beyond, like specifically the communication, like we are talking about the different protocols and different way of like transferring our data and data to one place to another. So let's start this session. I believe everyone is excited to understand some of the key terminologies and also the details of the entire technology itself, because many of us are utilizing these in our day-to-day life, right? And we are totally reliant nowadays into the different platforms. We are using LinkedIn and other platforms for the same. I believe my voice is properly audible to everyone and my screen is properly visible to everyone, right?
Yes, sir. You are visible and
Okay.
clearly audible also.
Okay. So in this session today, we are going to have a like brief discussion about the specific things that is our agenda for today. So we are going to see what is 5G technology. We are also going to have a clear understanding of like how it evolved from the previous generations, like how it succeeded from 2G, 3G, 4G, and currently we are using 5G. And also we are going to understand the future scope of 5G, like the 6G technology and other mode of communications. So, and also we are going to discuss about the core pillars of 5G technology today and industry transformation. That is the main point to consider into this whole conversation or in this journey, because how it is like impacting the transformation in industry is mostly regarded to understand in this whole FDP program. So beyond 5G, what we do have with us to learn and to also to explore further technology ahead of us, ahead in time, you can say, the challenges we are facing right now, and what are the opportunities we are going to see with these kind of emerging technology into the picture. We are going to discuss that. And I do have some of the interactive session for all of you, all of the teachers, faculty members, and respected peoples in here. We will conclude it with the question and answer session. And also we do have the problem formulation for the students, so that after completion of this presentation today, this program today with me, I will share some of the questions for you to solve, so that you can also engage yourself into the solving, and also you can ask the students in your institutes to like go through the same in your department and in your personal context, so that they will also find it quite amazing to like engage and solve one of the problems in this society. So the reason why we all should bring the problem formulation into the picture, because we are talking about the innovations, right? Every single day we are talking and seeing many news related to the innovations, but in exact terms, what it is, like if we are saying innovation, then what's the definition of innovation in our whole sense? So in my point of view, innovation is all about solving a complex problem with simplicity, right? We do not have to like bring such a complexity into the picture to solve certain things in our society. So somehow if we try to like bring the uses of 5G and beyond into our society to solve some of the problems, then I believe we can make altogether our India a better place to do the business and also to like innovate further, right? So let's start with the 5G technology. And in your screen, I believe everyone is looking with the general definition, right? So what do you understand by the 5G technology? I will raise the answer with you all. I will love to have a active engagement throughout this session so that we can explore further into this domain. And I believe it will further help you all to learn and understand many things into this journey. So what do you understand by the 5G technologies? Anyone do have any idea? Anyone can unmute you themselves. If you are not comfortable to like speak out, then definitely I'm going to elaborate more on that. Okay, no problem. So the time when we are talking about the 5G technologies, simply in a general definition terms, we are talking about 5G is the fifth generation of wireless network technology. It offers faster download and upload speeds and allow for more connected device at time, right? But in terms of the faculty members, it should not be the simplest approach to define any piece of information, right? If we are a common people in this planet, then we can just use this definition to define it in front of the peoples who are just normal citizens. They are not related somehow to the technology and other places. So in the last decade, we saw the exponential growth in the mobile communication, right? From 4G's high-speed data to 5G's ultra-low latency. So in a simple context, if we want to understand the 5G technology, then we can simply say that it is not limited with the definition of fast internet. It is about the industry transformation in overall sense, right? So we are standing at the gateway of the communication revolution that will reshape every single industry on that context. And further, we are going to see the quantum communication, like how it works, holographic calls, and terahertz spectrum. I believe everyone heard of these terms before. And if not, then I'm here to explain every single of it in my presentation today. So before the 5G technology, we used to had the superb connectivity for mobile devices, right? Mobile, we're used to, still now we are using the same to like get the internet connectivity. We are utilizing to run different applications. We are utilizing it in our computer systems to run online simulations and utilizing the artificial intelligence unit and others, right? And it does have the relatively fast internet speed up to 100 Mbps. And many of us is still relying on the 4G networks because some of the places we are unable to get the 5G in overall sense. So 4G does hold like 4,000 devices. It is like being supported per square kilometer. And if we look into the new technology like the 5G itself, then it does have a superior connectivity designed for more type of devices aside from smartphone. So the download speed increased from over 10 Gbps, like it is like 100 to 1,000 times faster than the preceding generation, and up to 1 million devices are supported per square kilometer. This is the actual data you have to consider for the 5G technologies. So now what's next? So if we look into this chart in this slide itself, the first generation of the communication technology were being used for the analog cells, cell phones, like it allowed people to like speak to one another, right? So it gave us the opportunity to talk to one another. Then 2G came into the picture in 1990s, and it brought the addition of new features like SMS and voice mail, etc. And in 2000, like the 3G technology came into the picture, and we seen the mobile data. We let the user browse the internet through GPRS. I believe many of you remember those days when we used to have the Edge and GPRS with us to like browse through the internet. We used to have 4 kbps, 3 kbps like of data speed to communicate. And further, in 2010, the 4G technology has been introduced and brought into the picture for the common users. The LTE offer faster speed and more functionality to mobile devices and other platforms, you can say. And also it brought us the way to communicate with the peoples over video calls and other facilities. And due to this 4G technology, still now we are utilizing, like during the COVID period, I believe everyone used their networks to like get connected with the student to deliver the classes. So that kind we can appreciate the technology of 4G in our day-to-day life journey. And 5G is all about the current generation, or the fifth generation tech allows more connectivity and faster speed. So we are going to understand every single aspects of the 5G technology in details so that everyone will get the overall idea like how it works and how it transmits and what kind of communication protocol it does utilizes in between. So this particular timeline I showed you earlier about different domain, and 6G is expected to be there in our day-to-day use by 2030. That is expected by the researchers and the people who are working towards the technology refinement. And I'm going to discuss the holograms and others in 6G as well. So if we compare the different speed, latency, and devices, then we can see this chart on the right-hand side corner. I believe everyone is totally comfortable to understand the latency, right? So in a simple term, let's say if I'm asking a question to all of you and how quick you are responding to that question, that is how we can explain the latency part in details. So latency is all about the faster reflexes of the communication system. And further, if we see the first generation of communication, we can see the speed of 2.4 kbps, that is kilobyte per second, and latency of 1 second. Means 1 second, it always took the time to respond back with the people who is requesting the thing. So whenever we are talking about the communication device, we are relying on two sides, that is transmitter and receiver part. So latency was 1 second. In second generation, the speed increased to 64 kbps and the latency went down by the zero point 0.1 second. So the less amount of latency we will have in our communication system, the more fast the system will be in our whole sense. Okay, and devices will be around was around 100 devices can be connected into the 2G network to like be supported in between. The third generation, we seen the increase in speed. The 2 Mbps speed came into the picture and latency was 50 milliseconds. And the devices we can it supported was 10 to the power 3, means approximately 1,000 devices were covered in a radius of per kilometer, right? And 4G networks. So 4G networks speed increased to 100 Mbps, and latency was or is still now many of the places utilizing the 4G is itself, right? 10 milliseconds of latency and 10 to the power 4 devices were opted for the same. In 5G or current generation, or let's say it will take around more 2 to 5 years to properly implement this one in our country itself. In other countries, they are already implemented the 5G network, but due to the restrictions in the mobile phones and other systems we are using, even though in industry, the method of communication we are using or the hardware we are relying on are the older ones. So replacing all of the hardwares is not an option for all of us by any instant decision, right? So it always takes time to completely replace the new generation, the old generation of technology with the new generations of technology. So this is the comparison chart. And if we talk about the from people to things, from first G to 4G, like it always focused on the human communication, right? We always focus in terms of the human communication, like voice, video, and internet. The 5G plus or the 5G network, the time when it was introduced, we in industry, we as an industry person is specifically focused on machine to machine communication, because the latency was way too small compared to all networks communication methods earlier we used to have. So right now we all in industry were focusing how we can connect every single piece of machinery we do have with the internet, and utilize the IoT things and all the automation in our plants specifically. And one term is there, Internet of Things. Can anyone answer what is Internet of Things? Anyone do have, I believe everyone do have idea. Can anyone come forward and help me to understand what is the Internet of Things? Any idea? You can also drop down your answers in the chat if you're unable to. Yes, Sangeeta ma'am, please.
Yes, sir. I'm audible, sir. I'm Dr.
Yes,
Shomrita Roy, EC Department, Narula Institute of Technology.
perfectly audible, ma'am.
Okay. Sir, Internet of Thing is connectivity between different device at remote or different places throughout the world
Mhm.
or maybe in the universe. And the
Mhm.
devices are all portable, maybe mobile, whatever it is, they're connected through internet. That may be through cloud or any edge devices.
Yes, ma'am. That's a perfect answer. I was like expecting from one of the faculty. Thank you so much for the interaction. So I would love to add one small detail into this. As we all faculty, like we are learning something new technology, something like new technologies and other things specifically to guide our student community, right? We are learning to teach them the understanding of a different terminology. So in a simpler context, if we have to define the Internet of Things, let's say if we do have one table or a pen or anything in front of us, any piece of hardware, if we will give the capability to that hardware to get connected with the internet and share the data associated with it. With it means if we are talking about giving the capability to a pen to share the data associated, the amount of refill present in it, the amount of uses of a different user of the that pen, that means we are talking about we are giving the capability to that hardware to become the Internet of Things. And you actually addressed it properly, ma'am. You specifically mentioned that if any device is getting connected with internet and sharing the data, so we are talking about Internet of Things. So through this particular piece of information, like the Internet of Things itself gave the billions of devices connected with those networks and the communication protocol. And that this particular piece of technology is giving us the opportunity to support every single instrument to get connected with the internet, so that preventive maintenance can be done. In industry, we do have one term to call preventive maintenance, and it is being specifically used to like know the condition of machine prior to the breakdown. So we try to like figure out the things. We do the preventive maintenance all the time with machines so that it can't be broken. It can't break down in between the work hours or anything will happen to be same. So similar thing happens to every single robotics, artificial intelligence, and IoT devices as well. We do regularly check for those. And through the 5G technology, we brought this thing into the picture that now we can support like billion of devices to get connected with the internet directly with the revolution in the communication technology. So let's see one small video in detail so that we will get a complete understanding. This one is just informative and it will contribute to us like clear understanding of what it is, like what does this technology tells us and how it works and what are the aspects of these technologies. Let me know if sound is audible in this video or not. Is it audible, sir?
No, sir. You please,
Okay.
when sharing it, please share the audio. There is a option
Yes.
during sharing. Share the audio. Then
Yes,
it
sir.
will be
I have
audible.
enabled the share audio.
Wireless data network.
Yes.
Now it is audible.
Now audible. Now audible.
5G is the fifth
Okay, sir. Let me replay it from the beginning.
generation. 5G is the fifth generation of wireless data networks, and it will improve them far more than 4G or 3G ever could. You'll feel it in your phone, your home, your car, and in the city and town around you. Downloads and streaming should happen literally without delay. Cars will talk to each other to prevent collisions. An untethered augmented and virtual reality can finally be achieved with real-time, not to mention industrial benefits like remote surgery or drone control. 5G does its magic with three key abilities. First, high bandwidth. 4G could only muster about 200 megabits per second of data throughput on a good day. 5G can handle up to 1 gigabit or more, that's 1,000 megabits a second, on up. Low latency. 4G suffers from around 100 milliseconds or so in response delay or latency. 5G reaction time can be as low as 1 millisecond, which makes everything happen virtually instantly. And dense connections. In a given square kilometer, 4G could only manage to connect about 1/10 the amount of devices as 5G can. If that's some of what 5G does, how does it do it? 5G uses new radio technology, the part of any wireless device that makes the connection. 5G uses some radio frequencies in a band known as sub-6, from 600 megahertz to 6 gigahertz, part of which is also used by current 4G LTE. But 5G will also use a higher band of radio frequencies, from 24 gigahertz to as high as 86. These much higher frequencies bring with them much higher data rates. Now, while these new 5G radio waves can carry more data with higher performance, they can't carry it as far. So 5G will use a lot of so-called small cells. These are small versions of the big cellular towers we all know. 5G will also use some new tricks in these small cells, like beamforming, to efficiently aim transmissions rather than just spray everything everywhere. The bottom line, though, you will need new phones, tablets, portable hotspots, and the like with a 5G radio inside to connect to the new 5G networks. Your current 4G or even 3G gear can't tap into it. 5G networks will also position more data and computing resources closer to you that will avoid blunting 5G's low latency benefits. Most of us do think of phones when we think of wireless networks, but phones may actually be the least interesting thing about 5G. It will also power autonomous cars, so they have awareness of every other car, bike, pedestrian, and traffic signal around them. Smart cities based on 5G can make almost anything that's electric also connected and aware. When a bridge needs repair, why can't it tell someone? With a mesh of 5G connected sensors, it could. And then there's your home. 5G will offer a new way to get internet there, eschewing cable or DSL, and one day maybe even obviating your Wi-Fi router altogether, as devices may just use 5G natively to connect directly to a wireless ISP. 5G has renewed concerns about the safety of cellular radio waves. Some cities have taken action to block 5G deployment. Health questions come up around 5G's use of microwave frequencies. Lots of them, as we've seen, thanks to that large number of small cells that will be installed around us. Now, while 5G may sound like a lot of microwave ovens mounted on poles running with their doors open, in fact, microwaves are nothing new. Already emitted by your current smartphone, old cordless phones, your wireless headphones and earbuds, and just about anything with Wi-Fi, as well as, yes, microwave ovens. But even 5G's highest frequencies are considered by scientists to be non-ionizing radiation. You have to move on up to X-rays, gamma rays, and cosmic radiation to find the kind of emissions that will harm cells, and 5G is far below that. 5G follows the inverse square law, losing power rapidly at even a small distance from the small cell. The US CDC says there is no scientific evidence to provide a definite answer to the question of cellular radio wave safety, whether it's 3G, 4G, or 5G. 5G will take years to roll out and some investment on your part. But
Okay. So I believe it is clear to all of you like what is 5G and how it works, and related to small detail which we were required to understand before proceeding into the core pillar of 5G. So basically we are talking about three pillars of 5G: the EMBB, the URLLC, and MMTC, right? So EMBB stands for Enhanced Mobile Broadband. URLLC protocol stands for the Ultra Reliable Low Latency Communication. Sangeeta ma'am, yes, please. Your hand is raised.
I have the specific question for a long time, and I'm asking everyone, whoever I'm
Yeah.
talking about this topic. The
Yes,
problem
ma'am.
is still we are facing the internet problem. How these pillars and everything will be
Yes.
developed? It's still in
That's
our
a great
everywhere.
question. Actually, the same problem. Let me discuss it in details, then I will proceed with the presentation. That's a good point, actually, you brought into the question, actually. So even though, let's say, if we all are just opting for the option in our mobile phone that we want to use the 5G network instead of 4G, because 5G is free in almost every single service provider in our country, right? The Geo, BSNL, or the Airtel gives it for free. If you do have 5G connectivity, then you will get unlimited data transmission, like receiving and downloading and uploading speed. But the problem is they are just testing their system. They have not implemented the complete the network coverage areas, and also they have not implemented those beam formation devices into their they have not upgraded themselves. They are just using one or two upgradation to support the 5G, and stating their company as now we are just broadcasting the 5G. The time it will be fully deployed in our country, then only we can see the difference. Right now, what is happening, one tower which is there nearby to your home, you will see sometimes it loses the connectivity, sometimes it's get connected to, all the time it won't stay on the 5G. You always see those fluctuation, and that fluctuation is happening because of large number of user compared to the number of antennas were installed into the network system providers. That's the main point to consider into this conversation. So actually, they are not upgraded their system to fully support the number of users present in our country. So they are just broadcasting the news that they are now 5G capable, and they are supporting the vast number of majority of peoples to use the 5G networks. But in reality, they are hiding one thing, that their cell towers are not upgraded yet. And that's the reason we get all the time low network. And I also have to switch back from 5G to 4G to make it work. And sometimes 5G network, it is showing properly in my mobile that it is connected to the 5G network, but it is stuck in between. The 4G performs way more better than the 5Gs, right? This is how you felt with your mobile phone and other devices. I believe your question is answered. I hope it is clear, right?
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, thank you, ma'am. So let's see about the EMBB protocols and the URLLC and MMTC. So EMBB is all about the enhanced mobile broadband. URLLC is all about ultra reliable low latency communication, and MMTC is all about massive machine type communication. And industry, we do focus about MMTC. most of the time. URLLC is mostly for the defense people, those who are operating remotely their machinery, equipments, and all the things in the remote regions, and EMBB for our general users like us, the people of normal citizens who are using the broadband service to get the proper enhanced video streaming or any other task of their own. So let's see this triangle. This triangle is very much important for us to understand for the all of the pillars we discussed so far. So the time when we are talking about EMBB, that is enhanced mobile broadband, we are talking about a smart home. A smart home means IoT enabled home or IoT supported home, which is like directly connected with the IoT devices, and also those things which is like streaming 3D videos. Let's say if anyone loves to play game, they know how how difficult for us to like broadcast the thing into live into the different places like YouTube and other platforms. So this EMBB actually gives us the boost to do the same. So your LLC, ultra reliable and low latency communication, is for the critical infrastructure. And I specifically mentioned about the defense sector, right? So DRDO, ISRO, and other defense sector, actually army peoples utilizes this particular protocol to like support the system. And even though it is a plan to be implemented in autonomous vehicles, currently in our country, we are not relying on the autonomous vehicles, but people's are many companies are manufacturing it, started manufacturing it, doing the research, because the reason why it is not being implemented, because the road conditions are very poor, and also the pedestrian sense, like a general understanding of the peoples are not there to understand the criticality of the traffics and different rules and regulation related to the vehicle safety and the passenger safety. So smart city means in future we will see some of the examples of a smart city where everything will be connected to the internet itself. And specifically, if I will give you one example for the smart city concept, one of the project earlier back in 2021, our team and us, we did one of the project for the Jammu region. Is basically government wanted to understand the quality of water being delivered to the houses, different houses. So what happened actually, after the supply from the municipal corporation, water quality always degraded all the time. It was degraded. So what happened, the government peoples and other members were like totally confused that we are just filtering out the particles and cleaning the water and supplying the best possible quality of water to every single home through the piping and others. But every single household started complaining in the Jammu region. So what happened next? They asked us to implement one of the thing, that is a water quality management system, WQMS, to monitor the water quality in each nodes. Each node means every corner of the mohallas, you can say, or the small part of the city. We have to implement the sensor. So we implemented it, and further we got to understand, because of the poor pipings, like the full of rust, the piping material was very poor and it was full of rust, and that was the actual reason why the peoples were used to get the dirty water in their home. So smart city is all about the same. So like implementing these kind of sensor, which is actually being connected with the internet, sharing the data, and specifically the IoT devices along with the system, to understand and identify the exact point of problem through the communication technology. So we used it earlier, but using the 4G technology itself. But right now, I believe it will bring more things into our table to like see the clarity on other parts. The MMTC, the massive machine type communication, is specifically for the IoT and the devices. So connectivity to million of devices are allowed. So earlier we were limited with the per like radius of kilometers, like it was limited to be utilized for the mobile devices or other devices to get connected with the network service provider. And right now, using the 5G technology, I believe this limitation has been increased. Like limitation is there less compared to the previous generation of communication technology. So EMBB specifically gives us the faster speeds like 10 Gbps plus, and it supports the 4K 8K video. I believe everyone is aware of 4K 8K video, and AR VR technology is also being supported by this faster speed. So cloud gaming is also came to possibility with this particular piece of protocol, and it enables immersive learning and entertainment. And I believe some of you already understood the term directional antennas and adaptable 3D beaming technologies, right? So right now, what is happening? They are installing this particular piece of equipment, that is beaming antenna or directional antennas. So let's say if I require the 5G network or the support, then it will be beamed directly to my direction rather than the circular orientation. To give proper understanding on that, if we throw one one stone in a river, then what will happen? The wave will propagate in every single direction, right? That is what we used in previous generations of communication. So 4G, 3G worked like that, even though no user is present in that entire region, but it always emitted the broadcast to every single areas of that region. But right now it is being shifted to the beam forming method and beam tracking. So if your mobile device is there, then it will directionally send you the communication based on the presence of different users around the network cell towers or something like that. So if we can implement one of the antenna on top of the building premise, then it can cover all of the places nearby to that. So it actually, the reason why it is important for the network service provider to implement the directional antennas, because we as a human being, we are not only just developing the technology, but also we are trying to bring the efficiency and efficient management of the technology in between, right? So it's not like, if I, let's say, I always used to give one good example for to my students to understand it in a very good clarity. Let's say if I ask you all to build a car, okay, and well, everyone knows well that car requires four wheel, one chassis, one body itself, and engine, and some of the mechanism to control the car. But let's say one of the faculty member will come forward and say that I do have a rocket engine in my backyard. Let's use that rocket engine to build a car. So what will happen next? The car will work perfectly. It will give you perfect like speed and all the factors except the mileage. It will work perfectly. But whenever we try to develop any project or product, we always consider some of the points. Let's say first one is the cost part, second one is the efficiency part, and third one is the how much users are satisfied utilizing your product or piece of technology. So if we are bringing new technology in picture, then also we will try to like bring the sustainability into the picture. We will try to reduce the power consumptions, and also we will try to bring like a cost reduction of entire facility, so that user have to pay less compared to the previous generation rather than high compared to the previous generation, right? So this is the reason, actual reason for the beam forming and beam tracking was being placed along with the 5G technologies. So now, next we will see the application of entire pillars is specifically in this whole picture. And I believe after this FDP program today with me, after this presentation with sir, so that sir can share it with you and you can keep it for you to take the reference later on as well. So drone control, as drone is like very precise, and it requires very like less latency communication in between. So we will use the URLC protocol in it. And it was also like implemented in different defense sectors. So yes, this protocol is very much important for the drone control. The smart agriculture system, where we are using our sensors and different IoT devices to monitor the condition of the crops, and also to like regulate the fertilizer and water required by the crops. So we will use the MMTC. So different smart logistics system also utilizes the MMTC. The factory automation and remote control will be handled using the URLLC protocol. The sensing and metering of the weather conditions will be controlled by the MMTC, and a smart city will be also controlled by the MMTC protocol itself. So this is how we are just categorizing the pillars based on its requirement. So the place where we need less latency, we will use the URLLC, the place we have a large number of IoT devices connected to it and it requires a proper regulations. We will use the same EMBB or MMTC where the videos and streaming things like the collection of data are required. So we will use the MMTC protocol for the same. So this is the uh, overall things about the different pillars of 5G. The faster speed, if we need faster speed, we'll go for the EMBB. If we need the lower latency, we will go for the URLLC. And if we need the massive IoT devices to get connected with the system, then we will use the MMTC. And specifically, we are using EMBB to broadcast the audio video services. Video services specifically like AR, VR system, projections, and others. The URLLC were being used by the surgeons across the world to perform the robotic surgery. And we also seen this one in the, I believe last year it was done by the Da Vinci robotic system. One of the operation being carried out by the robotic system, Da Vinci. Yeah, the complete machine name is Da Vinci itself, the robotic surgery. So it can be controlled using the URLLC because low latency is required on those kind of operations and the task. And massive IoTs like the smart city project. Let's say if we want to revolutionize our Kolkata city and other city in this country, then we will use the MMTC protocol to regulate every single thing present in front of us. And even though to regulate the smart grids, agriculture sensors, and factories, we can use the same. So industry transformation with 5G, like 5G, we can see like it is transforming the businesses and also the industry, and it is transforming our work and culture around, right? So it increases the productivity, it supports the growth and future of work we can see. So productivity means if we bring automation, robotics, and AI into the picture, so obviously we are trying to like reduce our timings in overall sense, right? And supported growth means we are talking about the predictive maintenance and other moving of like essential data from one place to another. And the future work means the time when we are going to see the human robot collaboration in factories. And still now we do have the cobot system, collaborative robots, which works alongside with the humans in the factories to like bring more advantage to the operation itself. So different parameters like how 5G benefits different sector like healthcare, automotive, smart city. So it also improve the services in different terms. The infrastructure is connected nowadays. So traffic, I believe we all are aware of how it is connected to the traffic management system. So one of the popular thing, I believe everyone will understand the time when I will say that the time when you will not wear the seat belt while driving a car or a vehicle, four-wheeler or something. And if you do not wear a helmet, then you will get one gift from the government, right? The challan itself, challan to like violate the traffic rules. So that camera system or this intelligent traffic management system, ITMS project, also being connected with the internet. So basically right now it is connected with the fiber, but we can say that we can rely on the 5G networks to support the vast amount of the places, like vast amount of the region to be added in between. So lighting, water system can be connected with this 5G technology to further improve the entire things. So it is efficient. It does have the efficient energy consumption. So 5G equipment is very energy efficient. So using 5G tech can significantly reduces the energy consumption in all the places. And the V2X method of communication, like vehicle to everything. Let's say if we are far behind implementing the autonomous system into our roads, right, into our traffic system. Because the reason why I'm saying, because you know the condition of our like people traveling across cities, like we know how to like pass the road and give the pass to other drivers in between. So V2X protocol is like our dream to like implement. But all I'm trying to say, let's say if somehow we will allow the vehicles to have the connectivity option like the 5G itself, then one vehicle can communicate with other vehicles and majority of accidents can be reduced. Or even though the support to provide, like the healthcare support, we have to provide to the peoples who are in emergency or in need, like let's say someone had met an accident. So that time we have to provide the emergency services, right? So utilizing this technology, piece of technology can bring many possibilities into the picture. So remote healthcare, as we also seen already seen the Da Vinci system. So remote operations can be done within the less of 1 millisecond of delays in between. So it is like very important for us to have this communication technology being implemented into our infrastructure, from our day-to-day life to the smart hospital facility or healthcare facility or the defense or everywhere. So beyond 5G, what we do have, that's the biggest question we do have right now. Everyone will say, sir, that 5G is not properly implemented and we are talking about the 6G. So my point to them is like, as a researcher, as an industry person, or as a faculty member, we should not leave the imagination part in the back, even though the system is not being implemented, right? We have to learn the technology beforehand, some of it. I'm not saying you have to become the pro on that, but you have to learn the technology beforehand. So the time when it will be implemented in our premise or nearby area, then we can able to operate it or control the parameters or to teach our students into that thing. So 6G is about to hit by in the market by 2030. It is expected to reach market by 2030, where when every single common people will start utilizing the services all in total. So speed we are expecting is 1 terabyte per second, and latency will be less comparatively to like 0.1 millisecond or even less compared to that. That's a research data actually. That's not actual data. Maybe it will be less compared to that. And what a specific thing we will see out of this 6G? The holographic way of communication. Right now in mobile phone, we do have the video calling feature. So in future, we will see a person in a hologram phase. So we can see them in a 3D mode, we can say, utilizing the 6G technology. That's a vision of a researcher or all of us to see better version of thing. And we all are like born in a very good timeline, time zone or timeline, you can say, that we are seeing those technologies being changed every 10 years, right? We seen the Nokia mobiles where we used to like dial the numbers and hear the ringtones and other things. We seen the GPRS edge internet connectivity. We seen the 3G, 4G and others. And currently we are utilizing the 5G, but 5G is less effective now, but it will be more effective in upcoming time so far. So what are the challenges and opportunities we do have in this whole system of implementation, like to implement this system of 5G? So obviously it does have a high infrastructure cost. This is spectrum licensing issue is bigger in our country and other countries as well. The cyber security threats are more compared to other piece of communication technology. It consumes more power, but people's and the researchers are working towards to reduce it by utilizing the beaming technology and all. So what are the opportunities? See, every single piece of technology comes with the challenges, right? But we should not forget the opportunities we do have with us while exploring the piece of technology in our process. So opportunities like we will have more startups in telecom and AI integration. Like you have maybe you have seen many of the students coming forward to like bring their idea into this startup, right? And they are succeeding in their life. But no one is like focusing in the telecom industry to build their own telecom department and supply these kind of communication technologies to common people, right? So we will see those kind of startups in telecom and AI integration with those startups. So new research in green 5G. Right now we are using 5G, which is like consuming more power, but in future, maybe who knows, we will implement the solar or other method of energy generation along with the 5G tower to like minimize the consumption of energy in between generated by the conventional way of conventional or renewable, non-renewable source of energy. So terahertz is one of the concept out of our spectrum, which we are going to see. And the quantum way of like transmitting the data from one place to another. I believe everyone heard of quantum entanglement, or like two of the pieces of quantum uh, object are entangled with each other and they behave similar whether regardless of the distance in between them, right? So we will see those kind of technology into the picture. So this 5G actually giving us the opportunity to develop further technology and to improve it. So that's the first good opportunity with the same, we can say. And we will have more jobs in the network design, IoT, and AI driven sector. So does 5G, like everyone used to say it in a previous times, like last year, I believe many of the popular post was there in Twitter and other places, like does 5G technology poses any health risk? So different concerns about the risk of 5G are actually unfounded. So many expert and researchers express that there are no factual basis for claims that says 5G poses risk to people health through many studies. Like they have conducted so many studies to like prove that one. And 5G can be valuable. So customer or the consumers also need to be educated more on how 5G works rather than just worrying about the potential health risk associated with it. So what we can say in all in total that 5G can change everything, but there is a actually need to be a comprehensive information campaign for the business, consumers, and the industry to understand more into that topic, and also to like help the student understand the same. So trend and the future of telecommunication like Internet of Things will explode as connectivity become more extensive. AI and machine learning technology will also flourish because right now we are relying on the data servers to like have the models and our algorithm run in our system, right? If you want to use anything related to the AI, as we know that AI does have three categories, right? The general AI or narrow AI, general AI, and super AI. Super AI is yet to like developed, or it will be introduced in our market by 2050. It is expected to be developed, fully developed. The first example we'll see by 2050. So those things will utilize the data servers, right? It requires a vast amount of data to teach AI how to like become a good version of it, right? So artificial intelligence will and machine learning technology will also flourish with the same. Intelligent automation will help simplify different operations. Edge computing will also gain more interest as business adjusts to new way of operating. DevOps will be necessary in getting everything to work together efficiently. So these are the trends we are going to see in future of telecommunication. So now the advance of technology, like one of the quote I will bring into this whole program, the advance of technology is based on making it fit in so that you don't really even notice it. So it's a part of everyday life. So that is the uniqueness of every single advancement of technology in our day-to-day life. And that is said by the Bill Gates. So this is what we do have is the 5G coverage in India. And you can see like it is already present in many places or many states, we can say, but it is not as deep as we can see the graph in here. As ma'am raised concern about the connectivity issue and low rate of data transfers and others, that is actual. So we are talking about like coverage means it is present over there, but whether it is fully functional or not, it is not like addressed by the majority of companies present, like the service provider present in our whole country or even the world. So everyone will say that I brought this particular technology into the picture, but how much we have implemented it, that's the main question we should ask to the providers or the developers of the technology. So let's see one of the data plotted into the system. I specifically shared this one as well along with the presentation. So let me share it with you again. So we will see the bandwidth comparison graph and also the latency demo we will see. Just allow me a second. I'm sharing my other screen. So I believe this one is visible to all of you, right? So let's play the job and we will see the bandwidth comparison. So if we see this 40 bandwidth, we can see that we do have 100 Mbps of limitation, right? That is the peak bandwidth throughout the world. You can say this data is like completely pulling out. We are pulling out this data from all of the places actually, and the maximum speed of the communication network is like around 100 Mbps. And similar to that, if we compare the 5G, that is the 10 Gbps, that is the peak bandwidth. And also for the 6G, which is about to come into the market, is 1 Tbps. So this one is also included into along with your presentation. So the time when you will receive the presentation, you will also get to have this piece of code running in your computer. And we do have one more latency demo. I will show you the latency demo, like how we can visualize the latency of different networks. So these are the colored balls you can see. And I have a bit is already written like 50 ms, 1 ms, and 0.1. But how it feels? Yes, ma'am, you were saying something? Yes, ma'am. I believe you raised your hand. Dr. Sangeeta, ma'am.
No, sir, I have nothing to ask, sir. You carry on. If it is
Oh,
raised,
sorry.
I'm sorry for that. I'm
Okay,
I'm sorry, sir.
okay. Okay, no problem, ma'am, no problem. It's all about the interaction. See, we all came here to like share our knowledge, right? So it is considered to be like great thing when everyone like turns on their camera, comes forward to speak with one another. That is the actual or professional way of like having and interacting in any classes. Even though in IITs, I'm taking my classes, so peoples are like that only. So let me show you this visualization once. So comparatively, this one is just to understand like how the latency feels when we try to like compare it with respect to the graphical data we do have from the world. So this is how 6G and 5G, 6G, 5G and 4G behaves with one another. Parallelly, if we run the system, we will see these kind of similarities. Okay. So now let's jump into the next point. Okay. So here we are again in this coverage. So IoT load approximation. So IoT load approximation, as I already mentioned, that thousands of the devices we can connect to the 4G network in a single tower. But in 5G, like millions of devices we can configure for the same. Okay. And let's see one more informative video, which will further help you to enhance the knowledge into the upcoming technology for the same. Okay. I'm sharing my sound.
The evolving field of telecommunications, 6G is emerging as a transformative force, set to redefine how we communicate, work, and live. But realizing this vision requires more than just faster speeds, it demands ubiquitous connectivity. The key to achieving this vision is the integration of terrestrial networks, TN, and non-terrestrial networks, NTN, a goal that comes with a set of challenges, spanning across technical barriers like seamless handover, latency and synchronization, bandwidth management, and interoperability. Regulatory and policy hurdles related to spectrum allocation, licensing, cross-border coordination, and data privacy. Infrastructure limitations including compatibility with existing networks and adaptation to diverse conditions. Economic barriers like deployment costs. Regional differences in user needs, expectations, and adoption rates. Overcoming these obstacles demands a collaborative effort from researchers, industry leaders, and policymakers. Meet 6G NTN, an SNS-funded project bringing together a diverse group of international experts who came together to design and validate technical, regulatory, and standardization enablers to seamlessly integrate NTN and TN components into a unified 6G framework. By fully integrating the NTN component into the 6G infrastructure, 6G NTN aims to push the performance beyond what has already been achieved by 5G NTN to meet the growing needs of industry verticals and consumer markets alike. One of its key innovations is the development of a revolutionary three-dimensional network infrastructure, integrating both NTN and TN to deliver seamless connectivity on land, at sea, and in the air. By developing multi-constraint radio access networks, 6G NTN aims to optimize communication between satellites and ground stations. The project's transformative solutions are demonstrated via 7 real-world use cases. Use Case 1, maritime coverage for search and rescue interventions. Use Case 2, autonomous power line inspection using drones. Use Case 3, urban air mobility. Use Case 4, adaptation to public protection and disaster relief events. Use Case 5, consumer handheld connectivity and positioning in remote areas. Use Case 6, continuous bidirectional data streams in high mobility. Use Case 7, direct communication over satellites. The 6G NTN project represents an important step into the future of connectivity. By overcoming critical challenges and driving innovation, it paves the way for a 6G-enabled world where seamless.
Okay, so I'm taking it over again.
Evolving.
So I believe it is like completely clear about the 5G and beyond technologies what we are going to use in our different places, and specifically in future we will see the quantum communication. And one technology I will love to share with you, like we are developing jointly with this with BSNL. Actually, we got approved on that. Just let me turn on my camera if it is possible. Okay, integrated camera. I believe it was a problem with the integrated camera. Okay, so I believe it is visible now. So one of the project we are developing along with this BSNL concept, like we are going to access the network using the 5G technology to help our bot, like the small bot Omega, to like communicate with the user. We made the India's first humanoid robot teacher assistant earlier to like support the teachers to carry out the classes. Let's say if one faculty member is like contributing to the class. So it is not possible for us to look after every single student present in the class. It is specifically the time when you are conducting practicals. I'm not talking about the theory, because in theory, everyone have to look towards the board and have to focus on the teacher, faculty member itself. So the time when you are conducting practicals and one teacher is not, it is not possible for a teacher to like directly answer every single question. So along with the collaboration with BSNL, we are trying to bring this piece of technology into different institutions so that later on we will see that one of the robot teacher assistant will help the teacher conduct the classes properly on that regards by answering the question and even though supporting the practical works and others. So now the thing is, next what we do have is the questions. So if you do have anything in your mind, then please ask the question. And I do have the specific sets after that, so I will allow for some minutes to like get a proper interaction with you all. If you do not have any question, and later on if you are willing to ask, then you can also drop me a mail or just communicate via sir as well. So I will love to like engage back with you in terms of the knowledge sharing things we are doing in here. Okay. So we do not have anything so far. Let's move into the next. So I brought many formulation problem for the students specifically, or as a faculty member, you can also engage yourself into these formulation problems. So let's say we are talking about the first scenarios you can consider. It is the bandwidth allocation in smart cities. Okay, so let me give you the scenario to understand the problem number one. So let's say if we do have a smart city and thousands of IoT devices like the traffic sensors, surveillance cameras, and all the connected vehicles, the smart lights are there, are operating simultaneously. Okay, so the problem statement is how can a 5G network dynamically allocate bandwidth and prioritize critical devices? Let's say we have to prioritize the emergency vehicles, hospitals infrastructure and others without creating delays for other users. So this will be your problem statement. I do not want you to come forward right now to answer it or say something. Let's say you all will prepare a report in this problem for this problem statement, and later on you can submit the soft copy or hard copy to sir, the HOD sir of the CE department and others, the organizing committee of this FDP program. So what we are expecting out of this problem statement, like the expected thinking direction will be explore the concept of network slicing, low latency allocation, and suggest an algorithm mechanism for real-time traffic prioritization. Okay, so I believe everyone is aware of the network slicing part, NEMO, lower latency stuff. So lower latency, we are talking about the faster reflex, and the MIMO is specifically the multiple input and multiple outputs. So in this case, I believe MIMO is applicable because many devices are connected in between. But how you are going to prioritize is how you are going to tag it as a like top priority number one, priority number two, and priority number three, something like that. So without creating any delay for the other users, means other users are continuously utilizing the network, but how you're going to provide the network slicing. So can I like ask one question to all of you? Do you have any idea about network slicing, specifically in terms of the communication technology? If you do not have, then I will definitely love to answer that one. So I believe everyone is aware of network slicing. No? Yes? Anyone? Okay. Okay, so let me just give you some simple understanding on the network slicing. Let's say we do have one network coming into our home, okay, and we try to like use the router and other system to like divide into the different device to get connected with the same, right? One network, using the router in one network, we can like add 10, 20, 100, 200,000 number of devices in between. So it is all about like creating virtual networks for the users to like connect into it, and that virtual network will be connected to one place of communication. So that is the network slicing. And real-time traffic prioritization, you have to find out the way. So that is the thinking direction for the formulation problem one. So next one, we do have the formulation problem two, and it is all about the remote healthcare reliability. And the scenario will be the doctor uses the 5G based telesurgery robots to operate on patients, right? In rural areas specifically, even a 50 millisecond delay could cause several risks, right? Suppose, let's say if doctor is operating on heart, and even though like 1 millisecond of delay can cause like a bigger problem into that thing. So the problem statement is how can 5G, and even though the beyond part of it, let's say 6G, you now right now I believe everyone do have the data related to the 6G technology, like the latency and the speed we are talking about. So how can 5G and beyond ensure ultra reliable low latency communication? That is URLLC for medical application, even during network congestion. Network congestion means we do have more active number of users, and we are just consuming the communication in between the journey. So expected thinking direction will be the consider, let's say the solution using the edge computing, redundant links, or AI based predictive communication. So somehow in future, you will see the integration of AI in all of the communication technology being present or being invented in future generations. So evaluate trade-offs between bandwidth, latency, and reliability. That is your expected thinking direction. So through that, you can able to solve this problem. So now, next one I'm going to slide. Any doubts so far with the first and second problem? Any doubts? I will move on to the third one. I will share this question with sir as well. So later on, he can share with all of you. So third one we do have is the formulation problem, and formulation of problem with third, that is related to the green communication in the industry 5.0. And everyone is aware of industry 4.0 and 5.0, as we are bringing more automation into this industry compared to the previous generation industry framework, right? So let's consider this scenario. A smart manufacturing plant uses 5G to connect hundreds of robotic arms and machines. However, the network's energy consumption is very high, raising concerns about sustainability. So problem statement we are going to solve into this formulation problem will be, how can industry adopt green communication strategies in 5G or 6G networks while maintaining high speed and reliability? Because we are not going to turn it on and off again and again, right? To like save the energy and also like to maintain the speed. But we are trying to like bring the technology into piece which can run 24 into 7 without requiring any other maintenance part, right? So expected thinking direction will be, you have to discuss the use of AI based power management renewable power based stations or adaptive transmission techniques, like to compare with conventional network to show the improvement. I believe already the technical details has been shared by other faculty members during the FDP program. So I believe this problem statement will be very easy to solve. You can take the help from other faculty members, or you can combine with other faculty members to solve it and come with one project report or some small report file for the same. That will give you the confidence to like answer any single question related to your FDP program, I believe. So this will be very valuable for all of you to like complete in with your context, with your idea, and with your summarization. That is very much important. So thank you so much. I will love to like mention one line before concluding this session today, that 5G and beyond will not just connect devices, it will connect entire industries, societies, and our futures. So this is what we are expecting out of the communication devices present with us and going to be implemented in future for us, right, by the researchers and peoples like us itself, right? We all are concerned to develop new technology for the future. So you all are contributing very well into this industry, and also institute level you are doing way too great things. So I will love to see more outcomes from the industry institutions, so that we can collaborate and work together for a positive and good society for all of our students and people present. Thank you so much. If you do have any questions or anything you'd like to discuss, then you are welcome to do so.
Thank you, Saurabh sir. If now this is question answer session. If anybody has any questions, please feel free to ask, Saurabh sir. If anybody, okay, Sangeeta madam,
Yes, Sangeeta ma'am.
please.
Yes, sir. I have a question. Then
Yes, ma'am, please.
what is the future if the technology is not integrated properly? What will be the common man future? Because technology is really good now, but
Yeah.
this internet and everything, they are not up to the mark.
It depends totally, ma'am. With the infrastructure present, let me clarify it in details actually to understand more on that. Let's say if you live in Bangalore city, in our country itself, in Bangalore city, you will find less problem with the connectivity issues and other things associated with it, right? Because the infrastructure over there are way too robust. And one specific problem I would like to point out into this conversation, that people's all of us, I'm not excluding myself as well, we all think in a way that which actually help us earn more, right? Help us earn more, or to get a proper place in the society, to get a proper name in the society. We all work toward us. The time we as a people will think more in terms of like contributing to the society, then we can able to see more advantages. The reason why I said that, because let's say if industry, let's say one company is there present in your premise in Kolkata itself, and they are providing the network services, and the less number of users are present, means they are not going to invest into the infrastructure, right? Because they are going to generate the less profit out of the infrastructure. But in Bangalore like city, many people are relying on those networks and the technology itself, right? So they are going to invest more on in there itself, right, not in this place. So that is the partiality we are seeing. Because of the partiality, we cannot able to see the actual implementation of technology in place. 5G is there, other technologies are there, but we as a common man are unable to like use it in a proper sense. That's the problem. Technology works fine because it is like developed by researcher and engineers like us only. We all engineers are dedicated to do the same, but the peoples who are actually implementing into the ground level is actually trying to like reduce it for in terms of the profit earning society. So in future, let's say after 5 years, you will see the improvement in the 5G network and other things nearby your home, nearby your campus, and everywhere. But it takes time. It always takes time. Specifically in India, I have seen it takes time. In India, nothing comes free. So you have to wait patiently for a new technology to be implemented properly in our place. That's all. But industry, the time when whenever you get any opportunity to visit the industry, come to DVC, come to other places where this type of things is already being implemented. They do not spare any loose end. They do not spare anything. Their technology means if they are purchasing something means it should be of proper quality, proper terms, and whatever is written on the piece of paper should be implemented properly into their premise. That is the condition of every single industry. The back in 2012 when I was in Hyundai Motors, actually I seen those things were implemented. The networks and the protocols, the securities were way too proper inside the premise. So that place actually felt something different apart from the place outside we do live in. So we will see those divisions in our society only because of the profit driven mindset, but it will be implemented by the people's real soon. The time we will start raising the voice against it. I believe, even though I believe like 10 years back, the time when the networks and everything came into this, 10, not 10 years, like 15 or 20 years back when I was a child. And that time I seen, even though the mobile phones like the Geo SIM where it started, they started like distributing it for free to all of the users. And we all utilize the 4G services, I believe almost free for 1 year or 1.5 year. That time they try to like promote the thing, but that time you see, maybe you have noticed one thing, that 4G network was not readily available everywhere. We had to struggle from one place to another. We had to rely on two SIM cards to get a proper network connectivity. But as we are proceeding towards the future, we will see that proper things will be implemented in our nearby surrounding or nearby area itself. We have to wait, because in India it takes time actually, nothing else. There is no other factors except us to wait to see those changes. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you, ma'am.
Sir, there is a question from
Yes, sir.
Chandrakala K. She is asking that, sir, as per industry point of view, will you please suggest some problem statement in 5G and beyond for the researcher self focus?
Yeah, definitely. I can give the problem statements. Let's do one thing. I believe I've already mentioned earlier in my presentation that after this presentation, everyone will get the presentation file along with the portal I have developed to simulate the things, right? So those resources will be shared with you all. Along with what I will do, I will prepare one complete documentation on different aspects like technology being used and how it is being used in depth detail for the faculty members. And I will add this problem statement for the industry. That will be good. I believe I will add the problem statement for the industry. So the researcher point of view, you can able to focus on the same. I will do it. I will share it with sir, and sir will help you with the same.
Okay, sir, I'll do it.
Yes.
Thank you, sir. Is there any query? Is there
Is there
any other
one
platform
of
other
the
than MATLAB?
Yes, ma'am,
She is
written in the
asking.
chat, is there any other platform other than MATLAB? Okay. Let me give you the context why every single faculty members and us recommends the MATLAB instead of other simulation platform or other platform to be used for our research work or the project work. Let's say we are talking about open source platform, and open source platform means we do have like free resources and collaborators throughout the world, not limited to India, but throughout the world we do have the collaborators. So MATLAB is one of the best software piece of software you can consider, which is like very much suitable for us to like conduct the test work and the research and other factors like the simulations and all. So it is the best thing anyone can recommend, and it is widely being used in the industry. Let's say if we are talking about the design softwares, then we know many softwares are present in this world, but the time when you will visit in any industry, they will always recommend CATIA, ProE, and X over anything else, like other softwares like SolidWorks and others. So the reason is because those softwares are being properly addressed in the industry. Addressed in the industry means they are utilizing it for the purposes. Even though the researchers are using, those people who are developing these technologies are using the MATLAB environment and other platforms similar to that. So that is the reason for utilizing the platform. But yes, platforms are there other than the MATLAB present in this simulation or the research work or anything you can carry out, but that is not reliable. The walkway is there, and apart from the walkway, there are many resources are present in the GitHub. I believe I do have that link with me. I will share it with you. It is not being published, but it is present in the GitHub platform to like conduct the research. But the time when you will stuck on it, no, you will not get the help actually. So that is why people, everyone like the faculty members and the researcher prefers to like go for the MATLAB because it does have vast amount of community to support. I will share the link of that platform as well.
Okay,
Yes, sir.
thank you, sir. Any other
Thank you, ma'am.
questions from
Yes, I
any
have
our?
question. I have
Okay,
question.
okay,
Madam,
ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
sir, what you told about MATLAB, it is not open source. It is very high-end software, and you have to. We have to in personally we cannot purchase, so you have to purchase from institute. But sometimes it is not there. What to
Okay, okay, let me tell you one thing. Like, I believe you have not explored the MATLAB documentation actually. The time when you are contributing to the MATLAB community with your research work and others, it is like free for the faculty members and the student. So I do have the license for the same. I got it by the by contributing to the platform itself. So I believe you can also help yourself by the same way. Yes,
Sir,
obviously it
explain it.
is
Not clear. Not clear. How
okay.
can I?
Let me just open if I do have that one. Just let me open. Have are you using the online version?
Yes, sir. Online version, but it is not all is opening. Some portion. I'm doing image processing basically, but apart from that, and out the in
Okay,
the
is this uh,
command
sir,
window not
HOD sir?
opening for this.
Ye- Yes, sir.
Just is this meeting recorded?
Yes, sir. It is recorded.
Okay, then ma'am, I will connect back with you. I will share my contact details with you. I will connect back with you. I'm just shall I share my email ID if it is okay?
Yes, sir. You can do that.
Okay. Ma'am, just connect with me once. I will share the details. This is recorded session, so I can't
You can
like.
give your email ID in the
Yes, sir. I'm just leaving
chat
it in
box.
my chat. I will definitely guide you, ma'am. Just get back to me once. I will guide you through.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Anybody else to ask their queries? Um, Please go on.
I left my email ID, so if anyone wants to like connect with me, even though for the research work, if they are willing to like move ahead in this robotics AI and other communication system, then I will love to engage with the peoples and the faculty members and everyone who are willing to join.
Okay, sir. I think
Yes, sir.
nobody has any questions further. Uh, Thank you, sir, for your very interesting session on 5G and beyond, transforming the industry. It is very interesting and eye-opening for all. And so I thank you for, on behalf of our institution, Dr.
Yes, sir.
Sudhir Chandrasur Engineering College and Sports Complex, Kolkata. And I want to greet you a token of with token of this. Please accept it,
Yes,
sir.
sir. Thank you
Uh,
so much, sir.
this is for you. I will send you on your mail ID the PDF copy. Please
Yes, sir.
accept it, sir.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much, sir, for the opportunity to like have a conversation, like a very good conversation with all of the faculty members. And I believe somehow I managed to like share my knowledge with you all. And I will love to engage further with every one of you if you are willing to continue the research work in this communication technology and go in depth details about the other part of this communication method. Thank you so much, sir, for the opportunity, and thank you for this great memorandum.
Okay. Thank you, sir. And thank you. This is the end of this session. And thank you, all the participants, for your participation in this program. And this is the end of day 4 of our ATAL online FDP 2025-26 on next wave advancement in next generation communication. Tomorrow we will start session 9 and 10. The first session will be introduction to AI in next generation communication. The speaker will be Mr. Abhijan Bhattacharya, the scientist, Innovation Lab, TCS, Kolkata. And the second session, the session 10 will be the implementation of AI in next generation communication. This session will be conducted by Professor Babu Sena Pal. He is the Associate Professor and Director of Institute of Intelligent System, University of Johannesburg, South Africa. So please come tomorrow again, and this is the end of this session, and we will meet you tomorrow. Thank you all, and thank you Saurabh sir again for your valuable session and giving your valuable time also.
Yes, sir.
And
Thank you so much, sir, and thank you, everyone. Good day and good night.
good night, sir, and good night to everyone.